Welcome to the holiday special series of DeRo and the Diehard. For the next 5 days, counting down to the start of 2026, I'll be ranking the top 5 teams of the past half decade. Using data from accredited websites like Transfermarkt and Football Reference, I will do a deep dive into the advanced analytics whilst also utilizing public opinion and the eye test to determine not only who is the best statistically, but intangibly. I will not be ranking a club's performance over the course of the last half decade, but rather selecting a single season edition of a team, ranking them against their European counterparts. These are teams that for the past 5 years have won Champions Leagues, league titles, and domestic cups, and have not only changed the course of football history by how they play, but have etched their names in the halls of football greatness for their achievements. We have arrived almost halfway through our list, I'll say, and number 3 is an interesting pick because they may not be as flashy or as overwhelmingly dominant as the previous 2 squads, but like I said before, the intangibles are a huge factor in my list. And when you are a team of magical moments, a team of destiny, then you can become truly unstoppable. And that's exactly what Real Madrid were in the 2021-22 season. Now I have a feeling this might be a tad bit controversial. I mean, it goes against the very analytical system that I've been using for this ranking. And you know, they're not statistically better than the Real Madrid featured at number 5. They're not as progressive or easy on the eye as the PSG side featured at number 4. But as any great Real Madrid team does, they just won. They beat you when you were already planning your post-match celebrations. They beat you when you were the favorite. They beat you when they're missing players. And when all the adversity was on them, they summoned that demonic witchcraft energy of the Santiago Bernabeu. 122 years of Los Blancos' dark arts and brilliance to win the game. This team reminded me of the three-peat Madrid, which in my estimation is among the greatest teams in the history of the game. Similar to them, no matter the circumstance, the score, or the arena, they were inevitable. And in football, this is something that is nearly impossible to achieve. Like their counterparts at number 5, they achieved the European double of La Liga and the Champions League, with the Spanish Super Cup sprinkled on top. But their domestic campaign was not brilliant. They won the league, sure, but by no measure was it a record-breaking season. 26 wins, 8 draws, and 4 losses en route to the title, 80 goals scored, and 31 conceded. So pretty good by both metrics in terms of output and stopping power. But as we know, the real money is made in Europe, and their Champions League campaign will live on in history, consisting of not only one of the greatest team campaigns, but individual campaigns from Karim Benzema. Their road to the final was unbelievable, and they beat some of Europe's very best to reach it. In the round of 16, they traveled to Paris against the coveted Messi, Neymar, Mbappe PSG, which by all accounts was supposed to wipe the floor with everyone, but of course, we all know how that went. Now, they lose 1-0 to PSG in the first leg via a 94th minute winner by Kylian Mbappe, and they return home with optimism. I mean, by no means is a 1-0 deficit insurmountable. But the second leg begins and they go down 1-0 after 40 minutes of play. Now, the hour mark comes and this team looks flat, uninspired, just 30 minutes to erase a 2-goal deficit and then try and actually win the game in advance. And I will admit, it was very bleak. But one thing to remember with Real Madrid, it's never over, and that's a common theme that will be brought up again. Benzema notches one at the turn of the hour, and then 15 minutes later, the magic I've been talking about all episode happens. 2 more Karim Benzema goals in 2 minutes, 3-2 Real Madrid on aggregate. They complete the remontada in half an hour and boot the super team in the earliest knockout round phase. Now on they go to the quarterfinal, where they play the Champions League holders at the time, Chelsea, who again were a very formidable opponent. Now in the first leg, they handled the Blues at home 3-1, and Benzema scores yet another hat-trick, and they travel back to Madrid with their eyes on the semis. But catastrophe strikes. Within 15 minutes, Mason Mount scored and put Chelsea back into the tie. And then Toni Rudiger, how ironic, of course, he now plays for them, equalized the tie on aggregate in the 51st minute. And then after that, Timo Werner gives Chelsea the lead on aggregate in the 75th minute. With 15 minutes to play, Real Madrid have now squandered a huge lead from their first leg victory, let Chelsea control the match, and give them a literal taste of their own medicine. But again, it's never over at the Bernabeu. Rodrigo ties things up in the 80th minute, and we head into extra time, where who else but Karim Benzema wins it for Los Blancos, and now they are on to the semifinal. And this is where things get absolutely absurd, and we truly might never see anything like this again, quote Martin Tyler. They line up against the revered Manchester City in the semi-final for the first leg at the Etihad. It's an absolute shootout. City score after 2 minutes. The game ends 4-3 for Manchester, and of course, Benzema is on the score sheet for Real Madrid with yet another 2 goals. And they head back to the Bernabeu with a deficit, sure, but at this point, it's very attainable. This can easily happen. It's happened all campaign for them, so there's no reason to believe otherwise. But nothing happens. City play very well, chance after chance. It's a classic Pep Guardiola team controlling the play, creating chances, and after all the suspense, Mahrez breaks the deadlock in the 73rd minute to give City the lead 5-3 on aggregate. And even after they scored, City are still pushing. Jack Grealish comes inches away from truly putting Real Madrid away. The minutes are ticking down for Real Madrid. The pressure begins to mount, and in the 90th minute, breakthrough. A broken play finished off by Rodrigo gives Madridistas a hope. They score, they bring the ball back up to half, eager to try again. They manage to get the ball back, and against all odds, against the football gods, Rodrigo scores again just 1 minute later in the 91st minute. They tie it on aggregate, and the game goes to extra time, where, once again, who else but Karim Benzema scores from the spot to send Real Madrid to the final. Now, this is easily the craziest match of the last 5 years, but it's not over yet. Believe it or not, Real Madrid now have to face what some may consider an all-time Liverpool team in the final. A Liverpool team that, by the way, was in the running for a quadruple all season. Looked like the team to beat all year. And as a unit, they truly were unstoppable and brilliant at every position. Madrid get to the final, and there's no other way to put it. They were dominated. The only reason they were still in this game was Thibaut Courtois. That's it. That's the reason it ends there. Man of the match performance. After an hour of Salah, Mane, and quite frankly the rest of the Liverpool contingent hammering Real Madrid, Trent Alexander-Arnold leaves his man unattended at the back post, and a low, piercing, dangerous ball slips through the Liverpool penalty area untouched, and Vinicius Jr. finishes it off. We all know the story then. They go on to win their 14th Champions League trophy, sending Liverpool away stunned. I mean, it's just wonderful drama, isn't it? Karim Benzema scored 9 goals en route to the final. I mean, he scored against PSG, Chelsea, and Man City, including back-to-back hat-tricks. His totals for the season were 44 goals and 15 assists. Players like Vini Jr. had 22 goals and 17 assists. Modric helped out, of course, aside from the intangible contribution, with 12 assists, and racking them up was Toni Kroos, Isco, Casemiro, Marcelo, Alaba, and a bunch of other players from the old guard as well. On paper, this team was not overly impressive. That's the truth of it. But in person, they were unbeatable in every sense of the word. And when football magic and destiny are on your side, you find yourself amongst the very best. Tomorrow, we continue with number 2 on the top 5 teams of the half decade. So stay tuned, love the beautiful game, and we'll see you then.